Hello, sorry I'm late. Hi Sherry, hi Margot. The clock is with me too.
Hello, sorry I'm late. Hi Sherry, hi Margot.
All right, let me stop that. Okay, sorry. I know we heard the thing again. I don't know if I'm okay. Hold on. There we go. But I'm not in the right thing. Okay. So, today, if you watched, Kayla Montgomery was on the stand another almost entire day. There were two quick witnesses at the end. I was listening to the last part on my way to the doctor, so I kind of went out of range a little bit with the last witness, but the hello, White Angel, hi, Farm Life. But let me just, while we're waiting for everybody to come in, I'll tell you real quick. I went to the doctor today. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I hope my test results are okay. But then I was just going into the town and I saw somebody's hair that I recognized. And then I saw it was Gia and my son. So we got together and then we ended up going out to dinner. So that was nice. We had a nice dinner, and his birthday is now. Now is his birthday. So we will be spending, so it's like, it'll be, if I get to go, if the weather cooperates and it doesn't snow like it's supposed to, then we'll get to have another celebration. So I'll be with him for 3 days, 3 days of celebrating his birthday. So that was nice. But this trial is not nice. This girl is very, very aggravating. That would be Kayla Montgomery. Today she came back and she suddenly didn't remember anything. Then when they had a break at one point, she came back like this. No, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. She's so ridiculous. It's really sounding like she had a lot more to do with this, and that possibly that little Harmony may have been killed one night when Adam Montgomery was not even around. She doesn't even understand, or when they're going through the things that you brought in the car. Well, you brought diapers for Declan, you brought diapers for Seamus. Did you bring extra underwear for Harmony? I don't remember. I don't know. She doesn't remember that. She doesn't really remember how you clean them. Oh, I let her sit in this stuff. Because that's what he wanted. Because I was scared of him. But then she was able to leave him. And then, they're saying like, well, wait a second. He allegedly just punched this little girl so hard that he felt something and he knew that he really hurt her, and you wanted to go to Burger King for croissants. And then you're eating croissants in a car when you know that he really hurt her and she's dying and moaning in the back seat, dying. And you're having croissants. Oh, well, I had to go on. It was hard, it was just ridiculous. She has absolutely no credibility to me. I think she should be charged. I think she definitely had something to do with this little girl's death. In the abuse of her, not stopping it. I think that she was very jealous of this little girl. I think she didn't want that little girl around. They were in car accidents, and both of her sons were in car seats, but Harmony didn't even have a booster seat, and at her size, she should have still been riding in a car seat, okay, because her size and weight, but at the very least, she should have been riding in a booster car seat, but she didn't even have a seatbelt on. And then when they got in the car accident, they put a blanket on top of her head and told her to hide because she wasn't supposed to be in the car because she didn't have a seatbelt on. So I don't know. She's ridiculous. You feel the same, Jane? Yeah, she's a liar, in my opinion. She had a lot more to do with this, in my opinion. She should be charged, in my opinion. It's obvious that she's lying. She doesn't have immunity, but she's just supposed to keep telling the truth and not lying, but she's lying. She's lying, in my opinion. And it's just infuriating. And then the other witness that came on was somebody that had a 13-month-old child, and her husband was Adam's friend, and did she see them, and they had the 3 kids in the back seat, and did she ask them to come over for Thanksgiving, but mostly Kayla didn't want to go over for Thanksgiving. And she got a deal, Liz Tops. She got a deal, but it's crap. She should be being charged. She had a lot more to do with it. A lot more. In my opinion. That's what I say. She is, she didn't, I don't think she cared at all about that little girl. And, let me get something, hold on. Hi, Justina. Oh, right, and that, the defense attorney was saying he had an evil look of evil, and he scared you so much, and then he punched the little girl. You say he punched her, ending her life, but she's moaning, and then you want to go to Burger King for croissants, okay? And you still love this guy? I still care about him. Yep. Okay. All right. And she looks drugged out of her mind. She looks like she hasn't slept in 20 days. She tried to squeeze out some tears for herself when she talked about Adam being abusive to her. Let's see here. Why stay with someone who does what he did to a helpless girl like this? The prosecutor asked Kayla, and she said, because I still cared about him. And the defense says Kayla is a liar who is only telling this story about Harmony's death to increase her chances of getting out of jail and reuniting with hers and Adam's 2 children. Oh, yeah, the other thing they kept saying that, didn't you agree that Adam will take the fall for this? And they're like, somebody doesn't say take the fall for something if she had nothing to do with it, okay? Well, what fall? That would be his responsibility all in total if she had nothing to do with it. That doesn't even make sense. And she's saying, yeah, that's what we decided because he wanted me to be with the kids. That alone says she had more to do with this. She's in jail now for perjury charges for lying to the grand jury, but it has nothing to do with Kayla. It has to do with 2 things she told them about Dunkin' Donuts, about when and where she was working at Dunkin' Donuts. And the defense attorney, Caroline Smith, said that perhaps Harmony died alone in Kayla's care, not Adam's. No, Kayla said. But Smith made every, took every opportunity to point out all the times that Kayla Montgomery has lied and, was showing that she is not credible as a witness. So then the other two that testified, they basically testified to say that they saw Harmony alive, and at the times that they saw that. The judge was saying that she doesn't think they're going to get the severe weather that they thought they were going to get, and doesn't think that the court will be delayed. I don't know what's going to happen, because we're supposed to get some bad weather, but now they're saying it's shifting, so I don't know what's going to happen. And Troconis was not in session today, so we'll see what happens tomorrow on that. But yeah, she's just ridiculous. I'm sorry, she's absolutely ridiculous. And let's see, let's take a little gander down. Hold on, hang on for a minute. I have to go lower this TV because I think Jimmy fell asleep with this on. Hang on a minute. I'll be right back. I'm back. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Much better. All right. So let's see. I want to see about. Okay. All right. Let's take a look. Now, I want to go back and see how far back. All right, let's check this out. Okay, this is Kayla Montgomery. Hold on a minute. All right, let me pull this over. She's changed a bit here. Uh-oh, where'd you go? Where did you go? There you are. Okay. That was from June of 2022. She had pled not guilty to a theft by deception charge and was out on bail. She's accused of falsely claiming that Harmony was living with her in order to collect welfare benefits. So we know that, and what the defense attorney is trying to show, that she lies all the time. That she lies all the time. She lied so many times, even about where and when she was working at Dunkin' Donuts, and that Harmony was brought back to her mother's house. Yeah. She's not a truth teller. And for this to be the prosecution's witness, oh my gosh. Please. You know, one minute she's acting like she's afraid of Adam, and the next minute she's putting her foot down that he better not touch her mother's saw. You know, none of her story makes any sense. Hang on one second here. See if there's anything. She should be charged being, I don't know, I don't understand. Let me see what this is. I don't know what. Okay. So let me take a look at what this is about here. See, let's see what this. Transport. Adam Montgomery. Okay, so what is this about? February 7th. We were given access to the booking area where we were to take custody of Montgomery. We were met by a correctional officer who escorted Montgomery into the booking area. Montgomery immediately asked why we were so early, and I advised him that we had other assignments after he was taken to the court. The correctional officer instructed Montgomery to enter a holding cell to be strip searched, at which point Montgomery got upset and questioned multiple times why he had to be strip searched, since he was changing at the court. I could not make out the remainder of the conversation, but just before they walked back into the booking area, Montgomery stated he was not going to court. The correctional officer said something to him, and Montgomery stated he was not effing going. He looked visibly upset. He looked at Deputy Toms and I and stated that he was refusing to go and he was not going to court. I contacted Lieutenant Thomas Burke of the Sheriff's Office and advised him that Montgomery refused to go to court. We cleared the prison at approximately 7:17 hours. So apparently he did not want to be strip searched, and that's why he was not going to court. That doesn't make a lot of sense, because I don't know. Not a lot of sense. So I want to see one thing here, because the hearing is scheduled to publish May. Okay. Merrimack. Okay, I'll just show you. So that's apparently why he didn't want to go to. That doesn't really. Hold on, let me see if I can see anything else here about. Was he hiding something? You would have to think if he was avoiding being strip searched. Maybe he did, but then wouldn't he go the next day? Come on. And he was going to go, and he was going to change in court and everything else, and then didn't go because he had to be strip searched. But he'd been brought to the court before, so why was it any different? I don't know. That's not making it a lot of sense regarding why he didn't go. Let's see. Let's see what this is about. Let's see, there's some documents that were filed. Let me see. Okay, Adam's uncle offered to pay Kayla $500 to have Harmony go live with relatives in Florida after little Harmony was sporting a black eye in the summer of 2019. And Kayla texted back, absolutely not. Okay. All right, so let's see what this is. This is response to the state's partial objection to motion in limine allegations of prior or subsequent bad acts. This was filed 1/12/2024. Let's see here. Pull this over there. Hang on one second. Okay, where are you? All right, let me pull this over here. Let's put this over here and take a look. Thank you, Taco. Good to see you. Thank you for the super chat. A super sticker. I appreciate it. Good job. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, so this is the state of New Hampshire. This was filed on 1/20. What did I say? It was filed 1/12/2024. So now comes Adam Montgomery buying through his public defenders, Caroline L. Smith, that's the woman that's been questioning Kayla, and James T. Brooks, and hereby responds to the state's partial objection to Mr. Montgomery's motion in line regarding the allegations of prior or subsequent bad acts, respectfully stating as follows. 1. Adam Montgomery is scheduled for a February 6, 2024 jury selection on charges of second-degree assault and second-degree murder, as well as other charges relating to the death of Harmony Montgomery. 2. Prior to the deadline for filing of any motions in line to either admit or exclude evidence under Rule 404B, evidence and the intrinsically intertwined exception and request particularity from the state so that Montgomery may meaningfully address the state's partial objection at an evidentiary hearing. 4. Montgomery was charged with the instant offenses prior to March 1st of 2023. Accordingly, the applicable discovery rule is former New Hampshire Rule of Criminal Procedure 12B1F, which obligates the state within 45 days after the entry of a not guilty plea to provide notice of its intention to offer at trial rule of evidence 404B, evidence of other crimes, wrongs, or acts committed by the defendant. Here, the state has never provided notice of its intention to introduce Rule 404B, evidence of other crimes, wrong, or acts committed by Montgomery. As a result, all evidence of other bad acts pursuant to Rule 404B should be excluded. 5. Not only has the state failed to ever provide a notice of intent to introduce evidence of other bad acts, but it also has failed to even file its own motion to introduce evidence of other bad acts in accordance with the scheduling order to which it agreed. Instead, the state has elected to simply respond to Montgomery's motion to exclude evidence of same and couch much of the evidence it seeks to introduce and intrinsically intertwined with the acts charged and therefore immune to New Hampshire's Rule of Evidence 404 and its prerequisites. Okay, so let's see, there's more in here. Let's see, so I don't want to get to the chase here because there's a lot of pages, and what we're trying to see is that there's some information in here. Okay. This is 116. This is the defendant's response. Okay. Let me just get to the crux of this here. Okay, I think this is important right in here. All right, yeah, this is important. Okay. The purpose of this pleading is to address the state's contention in its response to Montgomery's motion to sever that Kayla's new statements in the January 11, 2024 letter do not mark a dramatic departure from the previous state of evidence. Attached to this motion is an exhibit containing in numerical order the Bates stamp discovery pages referenced in the pleading. 2. In its response, the state first argues that the defendant has known of evidence since November 2022 that Harmony had been beaten and suffered bruises the week prior to when the defendant and Kayla became homeless. Okay? So the week they're saying that the state knew that little Harmony had been beaten and suffered from bruises the week prior to them becoming homeless. That is incorrect. In the January 11th, 2024 Zwicker letter, Kayla claimed for the first time that Adam began to hit Harmony in front of her when Harmony had urinated or defecated in her pants less than a week before they began living in their car. To support its claim, the state first cites Bates 5837, which is attached. There, Tabitha Scott, during a July 19, 2022 interview, told police that she spoke with Kayla regularly, and Kayla had told her that Adam hit Harmony in the head multiple times and was abusive to her during the year time span that they had her. See the state's objection at page 5, Bates 5837. This statement attributed to Kayla by Scott, even if Kayla had made it, does not suffice as notice of Kayla's new claim that Adam was striking Harmony the week prior to becoming homeless. More importantly, however, Kayla had already provided a pair of proffer sessions to the police, June 3rd, 2022 and June 23rd, 2022, and indicated no such thing, much less that Adam was hitting Harmony due to her incontinence prior to being evicted from their Guilford Street home. In further support of its claim, the state also references that Harmony, allegedly having bruises after the family was already homeless. See the state's objection at page 5. Again, such a claim, even if true, fails to fairly apprise a reasonable person that Kayla would later claim that Adam was hitting Harmony the week prior to homelessness. The state next claims that the defense should not be concerned with regard to Kayla's new assertion that Adam ceased all communication with Crystal's story because he was afraid Crystal would discover bruises on Harmony and report him. After all, the state reasons it will neither seek to introduce this opinion in its case in chief, nor amend its response to Montgomery's Rule 404B motion regarding Kayla. That is all beside the point, however. The point is that Kayla now appears to claim that Adam was assaulting Harmony all the way back in April of 2019, 8 months prior to Harmony's death. The state's claim to the contrary, this development could not have reasonably been foreseen by Montgomery's defense. The state again points to Bates 5837. Therefore, Tabitha Scott told police that Kayla had indicated to her that Adam hit Harmony in the head multiple times and was abusive to her during the year time span they had with her. Kayla herself, however, has not until less than 1 week ago ever indicated as much to the state, despite having 2 proffer sessions prior to Scott's statement and one after March 16, 2023. Instead, Kayla had told the police that aside from the charged second-degree assault and apart from one time having missed her buttocks while spanking her and red marks from having grabbed her arm, she had not seen any injuries on Harmony caused by Adam until the family was homeless, stating in late November 2019. Okay. The state lastly claims that the defense has been aware of Harmony's physical condition since March of 2022, which the state has described as frail. This is not correct, as prior to January 11th's Wicker letter, Kayla has never described Harmony as thin, malnourished, or frail. In making this particular claim, the state cites Bates 4821 to 4826. The pages consist of records from a June 2nd, 2019 doctor's visit. The pertinent medical records can be found within the attached exhibit. They state Harmony's weight to be 35.2 pounds, her temperature to be 110.4 degrees Fahrenheit. What? Her temperature to be 110.4 degrees Fahrenheit? What? The physical exam revealed a well-appearing child appropriate for her age, no acute distress. Her ears, mouth, neck, and skin were examined with no notation of injury other than the diagnosis of impetigo around her mouth. The state also cites a January 4th, 2022 police report documenting an interview with Leslie Rivera. During the interview, Rivera described once seeing Harmony when Harmony came to her home to take a shower during the summer of 2019. She described Harmony as looking malnourished. she was on the stand, Rivera. She described Harmony as looking malnourished. The lone observation aside, the rest of the discovery offers nothing to suggest that Harmony was malnourished, unhealthy, thin, or frail. Indeed, during this same time period, DCYF worker Demetrios Saros paid visits to the Montgomery family, some of which were unannounced. On July 29th of 2019, Saros saw Harmony and did not observe any concerns. During an August 7th, 2019 visit, Saros saw a red mark on Harmony's right eye and a faded bruise under her eyelid, but otherwise observed that Harmony appeared to be clean and healthy with no visible concerns. During an October 1st, 2019 visit, Saros observed that Harmony appeared to be fine with no visible concerns. In addition, in between one of these visits, Sergeant Michael Bergenon on September 11, 2019, responded to the Montgomery residence and observed that all three children, including Harmony, appeared to be clean and fed. Their clothing was appropriate for the current conditions. In sum, prior to the state's partial objection and the latest Zwicker letter, both of which have been submitted this month, the defense reasonably expected that each of the charges in this case could be considered fairly and separately by a jury in a joint trial. Now, however, regardless of how the court might rule, okay, let's see here, Defendant's response to defendant's motion to sever. Okay, we went through this. Tabitha Scott. We went through that. That's already the same thing there. Okay, here's something from the Manchester Police Department. I was working, this is 1/4/2022. On 1/4/2022, I was working as a detective assigned to the Juvenile Division, conducting follow-up on the Harmony Montgomery case, and I had previously contacted Leslie Rivera. Reference to her vehicle being photographed in September 2019 in front of the residence of Kayla and Adam Montgomery's house at 77 Guilford Street. I wanted to speak with Leslie and discuss her relationship with Adam and Kayla. I asked Leslie if she would respond to headquarters, which she did, on 1/4/2022 at 16:10 hours. Detective Valenti and I brought Leslie into a juvenile division interview room where she stated the following. Leslie stated that she knew Adam and Kayla from working at the Dunkin' Donuts located off of Webster Street. Leslie stated that both Adam and Kayla work there as it was in 2018. Leslie stated that at the time she had information from both that Adam and Kayla were fighting for custody of Harmony. Leslie stated that at the time she had Leslie stated that Adam and Kayla were working, appeared normal, and being treated at the methadone clinic. I asked Leslie if she had ever been at Adam and Kayla's residence, and she stated to drop off groceries. In 2019, Leslie stated after not being in contact with Adam or Kayla since 2018 after leaving Dunkin' Donuts, she was contacted by both. The contact was in reference to Leslie helping them out running errands, but she stated that Harmony might have been there. Then Leslie was advised that they received custody of Harmony. Leslie stated that both contacted her and asked if they, Adam and Kayla and children, could come to her house located at 211 Woodbury Street in Manchester and shower. It was explained to Leslie that Kayla and Adam had lost power to their residence. I asked Leslie if there was any mention of somehow keeping the power on in the residence, and she stated that there was mention of a generator. Leslie added that they were going through hardships and believed Adam and Kayla were using drugs. When I asked how she came to that conclusion, Leslie stated they looked like shite. Leslie stated that at the time Adam and Kayla came to her house to shower, Harmony was with them. When I asked how Harmony looked, Leslie stated malnourished. Leslie then told me about a time that Adam came over in March of 2020. She described Adam as having no socks on, shorts, and a t-shirt. She found this odd because it was March and cold. Leslie stated that Adam appeared crazy and said that Kayla was trying to sell his body to people for money. Adam heard Leslie's phone vibrate, and Adam ran off while police drove by. Adam then asked if Kayla came by to sell her adult-sized clothing. Leslie then stated between March 2020 and April 11th, 2020, Leslie stated that she doesn't know if Harmony left to Florida with the grandmother or the child was sold to the people Kayla was trying to sell Adam to. Leslie stated that Adam appeared to be freaked out on methamphetamine. I then went back to a timeline and asked Leslie about a time that she might have been in Adam and Kayla's house, and Leslie stated that she has been in their house once to bring in groceries, and the house looked like a disaster. I asked Leslie if the house looked like that of an addict, and I further explained a house that would be very unkempt. Leslie stated the house looked like someone that was not right in the brain. Leslie then referred back to when Adam and Kayla came to her house, which was in the summer of 2019. Leslie stated that Harmony was not with them, but Seamus and Declan were with them. Leslie stated that at the time that Adam and Kayla came over, Kayla appeared to be pregnant with her third child, but Harmony was not with them. I then asked Leslie about the time Harmony came over with Adam and Kayla. Leslie stated that Adam and Kayla came over about 3 times, but only one of those times was Harmony with them. I then asked Leslie for a timeline again. It was established that she met Adam and Kayla in 2016. Leslie left Dunkin' Donuts in 2018. She is contacted by both in 2019, and in 2019 is when she met Harmony. Leslie stated that she had Facebook messages from Kayla, and I asked to look over the message while Detective Valente spoke with her. Detective Valente verifies the timeline in the paragraph. Detective Valente asked Leslie how Adam and Kayla's appearance appeared. Leslie stated normal. Detective Valente asked when Leslie came back in contact with Kayla. Leslie stated 9 of 2019. Detective Valente asked Leslie how often she saw Adam and Kayla. Leslie stated not often. Detective Valente asked how Adam and Kayla knew she resided on Woodbury Avenue. Leslie stated they drove by and saw Leslie at her house. Leslie then confirmed with Detective Valente that Harmony only came over once, and that was to shower. Detective Valente confirmed that Adam came over between March and April of 2020 and was not acting normal. Leslie stated that Adam appeared to be methed out or cracked out. Detective Valente asked if the last time she saw the children was in the fall of 2019. Detective Valente asked Leslie what kind of people Kayla and Adam were, and asked Leslie if she thinks Adam or Kayla did something to Harmony. Leslie stated that Adam and Kayla were good people prior to being on drugs, and stated that Harmony might have been sold based on what Adam told Leslie about Kayla wanting to sell Adam's body. Leslie then spoke about the message that Kayla sent her about Adam going missing. I looked at the message prior to Leslie really speaking about it. Kayla had sent Leslie a message about Adam being in Jackson, which I would assume is Jackson, New Hampshire, and also made mention that Kayla hoped Adam did not get robbed. Leslie then stated that she did not get involved in asking about Adam going missing in Jackson because Adam and Kayla were having too many issues and did not want to get involved. Leslie had mentioned that Kayla had a second Facebook page, and while doing so, Detective Valente asked Leslie if she observed any bruises on Harmony when she saw her, and Leslie stated that she did not observe any bruises, but stated that Harmony had dark circles around her eyes. Detective Valente did ask if Harmony appeared skinny. Leslie stated that she did. Our interview then ended at 16:47 hours. Here's some supplemental information. Face-to-face at the client's residence. Okay. This is about the child CPS worker. This worker went to the home unannounced in an attempt to see the family. This says it was on July 29th of 2019. This worker observed Adam and Harmony getting into a vehicle. This worker recognized Adam from prior contact. They left, and I approached the home, but there was a large dog barking at me tied up to the porch. A woman came out to see why the dog was barking. I ID'd myself, and she introduced herself as Kayla. I explained who I was and why I was there. Kayla appeared lucid and sober. Kayla then said she was expecting a report to DCYF. I asked her why, and she explained that a friend of hers and Adam's, Alex Call, needed a place to stay that allowed him to stay there. Kayla said that Alex was in recovery, and they made it clear to him that they would not tolerate drug use in the home, and that she and Adam were in recovery, and they have kids there. Kayla said that Alex relapsed, and his paraphernalia was discovered by Adam's uncle, who comes into the home while they're not there. Yeah, that sounds likely, right? I asked if the home was Adam's grandmother's, and she said yes. The grandma has a home in Florida and up north. This worker remembered that the grandmother had a home in the Laconia area, and that she gave the home to Adam and Kayla along with all its bills. I observed the generator in the driveway, and she said that their electricity got shut off, and that they had been using the generator to run the power. That was why Adam was leaving. He was going to get gas for the generator to run the refrigerator, the stove, AC, etc. I asked if I could come into the home, and she said yes. I then requested that she place the dog in a closed room, and she did. I then entered the room and saw that it was a bit messy with children's items, but not of concern. The home smelled a bit like dog, but was not overpowering. I asked Kayla more about where she and Adam go for treatment, and she said, the good place, not the place where they give people too much methadone. The worker briefly saw Harmony as she was leaving with her father. The worker did not observe any concerns. And then 7/29/2019, this worker saw Seamus and Declan in their mother's care. Declan was sitting in a baby swing and appeared clean and healthy, with no visible concerns. He seemed content at that moment. The worker also saw Seamus and said hi to him. He said hi back and asked where the doggie was. The worker observed him to be clean and healthy with no visible concerns. The worker did not observe any marks or bruises on him. He was wearing a t-shirt and shorts. He seemed to be in good spirits and was affectionate with his mother. The worker saw Seamus. Okay, wait, this is already, that's a repeat of that. Okay, so that's the same thing for Seamus and Declan. And then an email. Let's see. This is 8/05/2019. Received contacts called for unwanted guest visitor Alex Call. MPD trespassed him from the property. This worker was aware of this. 6/8/2019. Neighbor reports family dog is a nuisance. 7/10/2019. Neighbor calls to report Adam and Kayla yelling at each other. Non-criminal, verbal only, no further involvement. 7/28/2019. Call for check the condition connected to the original report. MPD goes there at night. No contact made. Next day goes back to check the welfare. This worker had just cleared the residence. No concerns observed. 8/5/2019, 11:30 a.m. MPD conducts a welfare check from neighbor calling to report that the family is squatting there. MPD responds. Adam explains that he has an open report with me. MPD reports generator is running the home, food in the house, kids appear to be healthy, all is well. All is well? Wow. 8/7/2019. The worker met with Adam and the kids for a scheduled HV. Adam appeared lucid and sober with no visible concerns. The home appeared to be picked up and the long grass in front had been cut. We spoke in the living room. I explained the report to him and he signed the FRB. I brought up the specific concerns regarding the abuse and SUD. Adam explained that he had been going to a methadone clinic for the past years along with Kayla and that he was willing to sign a full release for his counselor. He then signed the release and initiated all the boxes. Regarding abuse concerns, he said that this is not true. He just fought for and won custody of his daughter from MADCF. He explained that in regards to Harmony's eye injury, he explained that he had bought the children foam bats, which they were playing with. He said that Seamus picked up his plastic lightsaber and swung it, hitting Harmony on the corner of her eye, causing some bruising and some blood in her eye. He said that in regard to people calling in reports, he had a major falling out with Kevin and that Kevin is the one calling people and asking them to call in reports. He then showed me texts that Kevin sent to Kayla telling her that he will give her $500 to have Harmony to go to live with relatives in Florida, to which Kayla told him absolutely not. Adam showed me the home and this worker did not observe concerns. Adam acknowledged the electricity being turned off and said that he was using the generator to power things that were needed, including the AC. The home had a comfortable temperature. Adam also signed an ROL for the kids' PCP office. Then 8/7/2019. The worker saw and spoke with Harmony. She appeared to be clean and healthy with no visible concern. She was watching a movie. The worker spoke with her a bit, making small talk. She seemed to be in a good mood and was friendly. The worker observed the red mark in her right eye and some faded bruising. She was wearing eyeglasses and removed them to show me. I asked her what happened and she explained a similar version of what her dad told me. That Seamus swung his lightsaber and it hit her eye. I asked if it still hurt and she said no, it doesn't bother her. I asked if she felt safe in the home and she said yes. I asked if there was anything that happened to her that made her scared or sad and she said no. I asked if her mom, dad, or anyone else hurt her recently or her eye and she said no. 10/1/2019. The worker went to the home unannounced and made contact with the family. Adam was cleaning out the family car and had Seamus with him. Kayla also came out and said hi. Both appeared lucid and sober. I explained that I had tried to call, but the voicemail was full, so I stopped by. Adam explained that the house had been foreclosed on and had been sold by the bank. An eviction notice was served, but they were staying until they absolutely have to leave, as they were able to get the electricity paid and back on. I noticed that the generator was gone. Adam said that they are looking for a home outside of Manchester, but it's difficult due to the lack of affordable housing. I briefly popped in and saw that the home appeared a bit messy, but no safety concerns were observed. Kayla then left to do something before I could speak with her further. Adam said that he thought the report was closed. I told him that it was almost ready. I was just hoping to see the kids in home one more time and asked Kayla if she would sign ROL for the methadone counselor. Release of information, ROI, release of information. I explained that Habit OPCO does not accept DCYF's release of information, and to that end, I asked Adam to pass on to Kayla for her to sign a release of information next time she goes to treatment. I told Adam that as long as that comes back with no issues, I would try to close the report out. He thanked me for being understanding and that he would pass that info on to Kayla. Then we have 10-1 again. Here this is the worker went into the home. He made contact with, this is all, that's the same there. This worker saw Seamus in his parents' care. He seemed to be in good spirits. He was dressed appropriately for the weather and was running around the yard. He came over and said hi and then continued to play. No concerns were observed. The worker saw Declan in his parents' care. He was asleep in a car seat. He appeared clean and healthy with no visible concerns. The worker saw Harmony in her parents' care. She was sitting on the couch watching TV. I said hi to her, and she said hi back. She appeared to be fine with no visible concerns. The worker called and spoke with Adam. I apologized for bothering him and explained that I forgot to ask why Harmony was not in school. He explained that he tried to get Harmony into kindergarten, but that he was told by the staff at Parker Varney that he couldn't prove that she was a New Hampshire resident. I told him that if he had issues with registration, that he could give them my name and number and they could speak with me if it would help. He thanked me for offering this and said that he would try to get her into kindergarten. Okay, 10-7. Reviewed recent AI. This worker, excuse me, is already aware of the concerns that the person is calling in. This worker went to the home recently unannounced and made contact with the family. The children appeared to be fine. The parents appeared lucid and sober. The electricity was back on and the generator was not being used to power the home. The worker also checked in with the father's methadone counselor, who reported that he was in compliance. Okay. On 9/11/2019, at approximately 12:42 hours, I was working patrol assigned to Unit 1-2. I was driving a fully marked patrol vehicle and wearing a blue uniform. Of the day, I was dispatched to Guilford Street regarding 2 male family members having a dispute over property. Upon arrival, I contacted all involved subjects. They were determined to be Adam Montgomery, Kevin Montgomery, Helen Montgomery, Kayla Montgomery, Harmony Montgomery, Seamus Montgomery, Declan Montgomery. Adam told me his uncle Kevin arrived at this address with his grandmother Helen and attempted to retrieve personal items from the home. Adam told me he and his family had paid rent to Helen for several months while she was living in Florida recovering from heart surgery. Adam was upset because Kevin and Helen tried to barge their way in without his permission. I then spoke to Kevin. He told me Adam and his family had taken over the house since Helen had gone to Florida. Kevin said they originally inhabited the upstairs but took over the rest of the home. Kevin said he and Helen only wanted to retrieve some personal items before Adam and his family are to be evicted at the end of this month. I then entered the home with Helen to retrieve her property. While inside the residence, I observed clutter in every room consisting of clothing and empty food containers. Adam told me, although the power had been turned off several months ago due to non-payment, he had a portable generator in the driveway which powers the refrigerator. I could see food in the cupboards and refrigerator. Adam further explained that the home has running water as well. I went upstairs with Helen, where I contacted Adam's wife, Kayla, and the 3 children, Declan, Seamus, and Harmony. All 3 children appeared to be clean and fed. Their clothing was appropriate for the current conditions. Although this area was highly disheveled, it did not appear unsafe. The argument was diffused and both parties separated after the property was retrieved. Next. This is CMC Hospital, Harmony Montgomery, February 18th, 2022, date of birth 6/7/2014, office visit, SOARS, CVS, declined. Okay, it says 4 years and 11 months old. Female presents with mom for sores on her lips upon waking this morning. They are not painful. They are yellow crusted lesions along the lower lip and in the right corner of her mouth. She is febrile here today with a temperature of 100.4, not 101, not 110, whatever they said. No cough. She denies a sore throat. No other rashes. Never had this before. Past medical history healthy. Her vital signs are entered by D.D. Travers, RN, June 2nd, 2019. Calculated weight 35.20 pounds. Temperature 100.4. Oral site. Pulse rate 110. That's where they get the 110. Pulse rhythm regular. O2 saturation 98%. Respirations 20. Patient in pain, yes. Location mouth. Intensity 3. Type sore. Comments, Mom Kayla states patient developed sores around lips and a few sores inside of mouth. Yesterday, poor appetite and fatigue. Acetaminophen 1 hour ago. Okay, medications reviewed. Allergies have not been documented for this patient. Let's see. Physical exam, general, well appearing child, appropriate for age, no acute distress. Ears, pearly gray with cone, canals clear, mouth, yellow crusted lesions, outside corner of mouth and along lower vermilion border, no lesions appreciated in the mouth. Throat is bilateral cervical, I guess that's her lymph glands. Lungs clear, no crackles or wheezing, no grunting, flaring, or retractions. Her heart is RRR without murmur, no other rashes on the skin. Problem 1, impetigo, and they give an ointment. Follow up if not improving. Mom agrees with plan. Orders Strep A, medications, prescriptions, an external ointment. Okay. Catholic Medical Center, 6/2/2019. Harmony Montgomery. Sores around lips. Rapid strep negative. Okay, this is by Officer Dunleavy, 7/19/2022. On July 19th, 2022, Detective Dunleavy was made aware that an involved party in this case was in custody. That party was identified as Tabitha Scott, 1 290 homeless. I made contact with Scott at her cell and asked her if she had spoken to Kayla lately, and she stated she talks to her every day. I asked her what Kayla had told her about this case. Hold on, what year was she at the doctor? Hold on a minute. What? 2019? Okay. Hang on, sorry. I asked her what Kayla has told her about this case. According to Scott, Kayla has told her that Adam hit Harmony in the head multiple times and was abusive to her during the year time span they had her. Kayla stated Adam took Harmony somewhere, but that she did not know where since she wasn't with him. Scott stated that she did not want to know any more and that Kayla was crying when she told her this information. I asked her if Kayla had an idea of where the body was, and she stated she could only speculate Massachusetts. I asked Scott if she had ever gone down to Massachusetts with them, and she stated she had not. I asked her if Kayla had disclosed any other names as being involved. She stated she hasn't. I asked Tabitha who else she has told this information to, and she stated no one. I asked her if she knows if Kayla has told anyone, and she stated she was not sure, but possibly the woman who runs the staffing agency she works at, since her and Kayla are close. I left my business card in Scott's property and asked her to contact me if she remembered anything further. Okay. That's that. Let's see what else we have. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, hang on a minute. I'm trying to get something here. This. Okay. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to get something here. All right, so I have to get this. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Okay, this is the arrest affidavit for Adam Montgomery, second-degree murder, tampering with witness and informants, falsifying physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. Let's go over here. Detective John Dunleavy of the Manchester Police Department is applying for an arrest warrant for Adam Montgomery for the murder of his then 5-year-old daughter, Harmony Montgomery, in December 2019 and other related charges. While the investigation into the murder of Harmony Montgomery has been extensive, the investigation remains ongoing. There are additional witnesses who remain to be interviewed, and based on the information they provide, there may be further investigative steps to take. In addition, once the new charges become public, additional witnesses may come forward who had previously been holding back. If the information in the probable cause statement is made public at the current time, it could taint these future investigative efforts. The New Hampshire Supreme Court has recognized that protecting the confidentiality of investigating documents in the pre-indictment phase of the ongoing criminal investigation is sufficiently compelling for a non-disclosure. Okay. I am a police officer with the city of Manchester, New Hampshire, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're going to go through some of this. That's going to get to this probable cause. A, Harmony Montgomery reported missing. On 11/18/2021, the Manchester Police Department received a call from a woman determined to be Crystal Sorey regarding her biological daughter, Harmony Montgomery. Sorey stated that Harmony, who was in physical custody of Sorey's ex, was missing, and she hadn't seen Harmony in over 6 months. Sorey identified her ex as Adam Michael Montgomery. An employee of the Manchester Police Department contacted DCYF and learned of previous addresses associated with Adam. Over the following days, members of the Manchester Police Department learned that Harmony had not been physically seen since approximately October of November 2019. Sorey, who resides in Massachusetts, notified authorities she had not seen Harmony since around Easter of 2019. Okay, she had lost custody of Harmony in July of 2018 to the state of Massachusetts, in part due to her substance abuse issues. Crystal said that both she and Adam had past issues with substance abuse. Crystal reported that since then she has regained sobriety and unsuccessfully made attempts throughout 2021 to locate Adam and Harmony. Crystal said she believed she last physically saw Harmony during a FaceTime video call with Adam around Easter of 2019. She said that Adam was visible in the background of the video call and that Harmony seemed frightened. Beginning on December 27th of 2021, members of the Manchester Police Department actively made attempts to track down Adam and to talk to involved family members to establish the last time that Harmony was physically observed and known to be safe. Officers and investigators were initially unable to make contact with Adam via phone. However, investigators were able to make contact with various family members, including parties associated with Adam who reside in Florida. Though these family members, investigators received information that Adam had previously admitted to giving Harmony a black eye in approximately July 2019. On December 28th of 2021, I spoke with Adam's wife, Kayla Montgomery. Kayla shares 3 younger children with Adam who are all presently accounted for. During my follow-up with Kayla, I asked about the last time she had physically seen Harmony. Kayla said that sometime in November or December of 2019, she saw Harmony one morning prior to going to work. Adam said that he was driving Harmony back to Crystal, who was living in Massachusetts at the time. Kayla said that she believed Harmony had been returned to Crystal. Kayla claimed she never saw or heard about Harmony after that day. Kayla had not physically seen Adam since late October 2021, and she had not spoken with him since around mid-November 2021. Kayla claimed Adam was living in a sober house and had left the area to live in Maine with another female. On December 31st, 2021, patrol officers were able to make contact with Adam and his new girlfriend, Kelsey Small, together sleeping in a vehicle in the area of Harvell Street in Manchester. Okay, we know that. Small claimed that she had been romantically involved with Adam for over a year. Small said that she was aware that Adam had 3 children from one mother and another child from before that. However, Small said that Adam was not in touch with any child from his prior relationship. Small claimed that Adam had never talked about Harmony and she had no information on where she may be. During the interaction with Adam, we stressed our concern that Harmony had not been physically observed in over 2 years and that we had concern for whether or not she was still alive. Adam didn't exhibit much emotion or reaction to this. Hold on one second. Also, on December 31st, 2021, Kayla Montgomery participated in a voluntary interview with Detective Riley and myself. During this interview, she spoke about the last time she saw Harmony. In this interview, she told us that 2 days after Thanksgiving, 2019, which would have been 11/30/2019, Adam had taken her to work, which she said was a 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. shift at Dunkin' Donuts on Eddy Road in Manchester. She said that while Adam was dropping her off, he said he was bringing Harmony to Harmony's mom and he was going to meet Harmony's mom and bring Harmony to stay with her. Kayla said later that day that Adam picked her up and he no longer had Harmony. He said he had just dropped Harmony off. Kayla said she assumed Adam dropped Harmony off in Massachusetts as that is where Crystal was living at the time. Detectives were concerned about Kayla's account that Adam claimed he was bringing Harmony to Crystal, especially because Crystal outright denied ever taking custody of Harmony from Adam at that time or ever seeing Harmony following the video chat in April of 2019. The investigation revealed that in November of 2019, Crystal lived at 39 Chapel Street in Lowell, Mass, with her boyfriend, Joseph Eckert. Joseph was interviewed, and he confirmed that he was living with Crystal in 2019, and Harmony was not with Crystal at all from October 2019 to present. In fact, Joseph stated that he has never met Harmony in person. A review of DCYF involvements indicated that social workers had not viewed Harmony since 10/1/2019 during a home visit with Adam Montgomery in New Hampshire. Not only have family members not seen Harmony since 2019, but DCYF contacted the Manchester School District, and a representative from the school district stated that Harmony was not registered in the district. Family court order locating and protective supervision of Harmony Montgomery on 12/31/2021, the Ninth Circuit Family Division, Manchester, granted protective supervision of Harmony to DCYF from Adam via juvenile abuse neglect ex parte order. At the time of the order, Adam had been Harmony's sole custodian. The order stated specifically that Adam was ordered to cooperate with the Manchester Police Department and assist with locating Harmony. Detective Riley served Adam with that order on the afternoon of 12/31/2021 at approximately 16:10 hours. However, Adam refused to provide any information on the whereabouts of Harmony. When handed the order by detectives and told that he had to provide information on Harmony's whereabouts, Adam said, "Either arrest me or I'm leaving," and refused to answer additional questions. Adam was arrested on charges related to Harmony on 1/4/2022 and was formally charged and arraigned on 1/5/2022. The charges consist of second-degree assault for an incident in July of 2019, interference with custody, and 2 charges of endangering the welfare of a child. He has been detained at the Hillsborough County House of Correction since that date. Kayla Montgomery's grand jury testimony. On May 20th of 2022, Kayla Montgomery testified before the grand jury for Hillsborough County, Northern District, as part of the grand jury investigation into the disappearance of Harmony Montgomery. Kayla was under oath for her testimony, and during her testimony, Kayla was asked about the last time she saw Harmony. She stated, in summary, that it was 2 days after Thanksgiving, 2019, when Adam dropped her off for work. Okay, we went through this whole thing, right? About the Dunkin' Donuts. We're not going to go through this all again now. Now, records obtained from the New Hampshire Employment Security showed the only employer who paid Kayla in November of 2019 was a Dunkin' Donuts in Hooksett, New Hampshire. And that Dunkin' Donuts store confirmed that Kayla was fired from that location on 11/23/2019. As a result, an arrest warrant was obtained for Kayla for 2 charges of perjury. You see, that's what they got her on. The Dunkin' Donuts. First of all, it was not the Dunkin' Donuts she said she was working at, and she wasn't working then. The only Dunkin' Donuts she worked at was one in Hooksett, and she was fired 11/23. So she was arrested on the perjury charges. On 6/3/2022, on this same day, Kayla participated in a proffer interview at Manchester Police Department. Her attorney was present for the interview. Kayla Montgomery's first proffer interview. During the proffer interview, Kayla admitted that she lied during the grand jury testimony. She stated that she had information related to Harmony. Kayla stated that the family, herself, Adam, Harmony, Seamus, Declan, were evicted from where they were living on Guilford Street the day before Thanksgiving, which would have been 11/27. Kayla said after that they were living in their vehicle, which was known to be a Chrysler Sebring. During the time living out of the vehicle, they stayed in the parking lot of the Colonial Village on River Road in Manchester, where their friend Anthony Bodero lived. Kayla stated that from Thanksgiving up to the beginning of December, Bodero saw Harmony and the other 2 boys and would wave at them. She also said that Bodero brought Thanksgiving leftovers while they were in the Sebring, and that he saw Harmony at the time, and he and Harmony waved to each other. Kayla stated that on the day the Chrysler Sebring broke down, known to be December 7th, 2019, as discussed in further detail below, Adam struck Harmony, which caused her death. Kayla stated that while living in the vehicle together, Adam was extremely upset that 5-year-old Harmony was not saying when she needed to go to the bathroom and was having accidents in the car. Kayla stated that after each accident, Adam would get upset and would strike Harmony in the face or the head with a closed fist. Kayla stated that on December 7th of 2019, prior to the vehicle breaking down, that Adam struck Harmony in the face and the head on 3 separate occasions because she had a bathroom accident. This happened when Adam was driving the vehicle. Kayla described that Harmony was in the rear seat of the passenger side, and while Adam was driving, he turned his body and delivered sets of 3 to 4 blows with a closed fist to Harmony's face and head on 3 separate occasions over the course of a few minutes. Kayla stated that after the final blow, Adam said the words to the effect of that he felt something or heard something when he hit Harmony, and said, "I think I really hurt her this time. I think I did something." Harmony began making a moaning type noise, which went on for roughly 5 minutes, and then stopped. At no time did anyone stop or get Harmony medical attention. Sorry, I had to eat a little thing to keep my sugar up. Kayla said this happened in the morning while the family was on their way to the Burger King on Route 3 in Manchester, and afterwards the family returned to the parking lot of the Colonial Village apartments. The family stayed at Colonial Village for approximately 20 minutes, during which time no one checked on Harmony. Kayla could not recall exactly what they did during this 20-minute time period. Kayla said after approximately 20 minutes, the family left the Colonial Village apartments, and shortly thereafter their car broke down. Kayla said she thought the car died at approximately 8 or 9 a.m. According to the Manchester Police Department records, the car was broken down in the intersection of Elm Street and Webster Street at approximately 12:11 p.m. on 12/7/2019. Kayla said it was at that time that she and Adam discovered that Harmony was not breathing and was deceased. Kayla stated that Adam went to the trunk of the vehicle. He removed clothing from a black and red Under Armour duffel bag and placed the lifeless body of Harmony into the bag. Kayla stated at no point did either of them have any conversation about getting any type of life-saving measures for Harmony, and that Adam simply put Harmony's dead body into the bag and walked it back to the parking lot of the Colonial Village apartments. Kayla indicated that once back at the Colonial Village, Bodero drove them from the apartment complex back to their vehicle to collect their belongings before the vehicle was towed. Kayla said that Bodero then allowed them to stay in his Audi that was parked in the parking lot for 2 or 3 days over the weekend. Kayla stated that while they were staying in Bodero's Audi after Harmony's death, Adam was keeping the bag with Harmony's body inside the trunk of the vehicle, but also he would leave it out in the snow to stop the decomposition of the body from happening. Anthony Bodero's grand jury testimony. On March 21, 2022, Anthony Bodero testified before the grand jury. During his testimony, Bodero stated that after the Montgomery family was evicted, he allowed them to stay in his car, an Audi, for 2 days. He said he believed it was the weekend immediately after Thanksgiving, which would have been approximately 11:30 and 12:01, 2019. He testified that he brought Thanksgiving leftovers to the car for them to eat. Bodero testified that he did not see Harmony in the Audi, that it was only Adam, Kayla, and the 2 younger boys. Bodero testified that he never bothered to ask where Harmony was. Bodero testified that the only 2 times he ever saw Harmony were back in August and September of 2019. Bodero testified that when the Montgomerys left the Audi, after the 2 days they stayed there, that he believed Kayla said she was going to her mother's. In his grand jury testimony, Bodero testified that he only let the Montgomerys family stay in his Audi for 2 days. But he was not aware of whether the Montgomery family was possibly living in a different car in the parking lot to his apartment building for additional days. Bodero said that they could have stayed in their own car, the Chrysler Sebring, before it got messed up. Bodero explained that he was aware that after the Montgomerys got evicted, they had a gray Chrysler, but that they didn't have the car anymore when they arrived to stay in his Audi. He said that when they arrived to stay in the Audi, they were dropped off by some friend of theirs who was a girl, and that they didn't have anything other than the 2 boys and formula for the baby and diapers. Bodero said they didn't have anything else, not even bags of clothes. Donna Demers, grand jury testimony. Donna is Bodero's girlfriend. Wow, she's almost 20 years younger than him. Isn't that crazy? She testified before the grand jury, and she said that the only time she saw Harmony was September of 2019 together with Bodero. She testified about the Thanksgiving leftovers being fresh, and she believed that Bodero gave them to the Montgomerys either on Thanksgiving Day or the next day. She testified that she had a brief opportunity to look inside the car the Montgomerys were in, which she said was Bodero's car, the Audi, and that she only saw 2 younger children in the car, not Harmony. Demers was confident that Harmony was not in the car. Anthony Bodero's proffer interview. Proffer interview was conducted with Anthony Bodero. Bodero indicated that he had met Adam Montgomery through Kayla in 2019. He admitted he did provide crack and fentanyl to the Montgomerys. Bodero stated that he would buy the Montgomerys food stamps off of them prior to them staying in his vehicle, and after they stayed in his vehicle. Bodero stated that after Thanksgiving of 2019, the Montgomerys came to him with just their 2 boys and no Harmony, and they asked if they could stay with him due to being evicted and their car breaking down. Bodero did not recall how the Montgomerys arrived at his home. Bodero stayed there until they arrived with a few belongings and recalled a trash bag. Bodero offered them his Audi to sleep, which was parked in the rear of his Colonial Village apartment building. It was unclear of the timing, at first saying it was the weekend after Thanksgiving, but then when confronted with information that the Montgomerys still had their own car at that point, he agreed that it might have been the following weekend. He said he provided them with Thanksgiving leftovers, which would have been older leftovers if it was the following weekend, and a pizza. Bodero repeatedly denied seeing Harmony and stated that he only knew that the family had been staying in the parking lot for 2 nights in his Audi. When confronted with the statement that Kayla made about seeing Harmony every day from Thanksgiving to the beginning of December and was waving to Harmony and the 2 boys in the car, Bodero stated that she was lying. I questioned Bodero about helping the Montgomerys retrieve belongings from the car when it broke down on Webster Street and Elm Street, and he stated he did not remember that happening. After Bodero's interview concluded, a proffer interview was conducted with his girlfriend, Donna Demers, with her attorney, Dan Duckett, present. Demers stated that she only stayed at Bodero's part-time and that she primarily resided with her parents in Derry, New Hampshire. Demers recalled the Montgomerys staying at Bodero's apartment, and they appeared stressed and mostly concerned with getting drugs. Demers recalled them carrying duffel bags and trash bags, and when asked if there was any color to the duffel bag, she stated she believed there was, but could not recall the details. Demers was not aware if Bodero helped the family retrieve any of their belongings from the vehicle which had broken down. Demers remembered Adam, Kayla, and their 2 boys arriving, but was adamant that she never saw Harmony. Demers recalled bringing fresh Thanksgiving leftovers, possibly the day after Thanksgiving, to the Montgomerys when they were living out of the car. She initially recalled that the Montgomerys were living out of the Audi at the time, but when confronted with information that the Montgomerys still had their own car that weekend, 11:30 to 12:01, Demers admitted she may not be remembering the car correctly. Demers stated that when she brought the Thanksgiving leftovers, there were 2 kids jumping around in the back seat, and she did not see Harmony in the car. At the time, Seamus was approximately 2.5 and Declan was approximately 10 months. It's extremely unlikely that a 10-month-old would be jumping around, and therefore investigators believe that Demers may have seen Harmony without realizing it was her. During the investigation, search warrants were obtained for Facebook and Google records that were relevant to the time period of late November, early December 2019. Location data from Google was consistent with the Montgomerys staying at the Colonial Village parking lot from approximately 11:27 to 12:08, which corroborates Kayla's account of the time period they stayed there. In addition, another witness interviewed During the investigation, Kimberly Frayne recalled personally interacting with the Montgomerys when they were staying in the Audi in the Colonial Village parking lot during the overnight hours of 12:07 to 12:08, 2019. Frayne went to help the Montgomerys because the Audi had died, and Kayla was worried that the family was in danger from the cold. Frayne said she had not seen Harmony at the time, and it was only Adam, Kayla, and the two boys. Facebook messages exchanged between Matt Gendron and Kayla Montgomery also confirmed this date and time, showing Kayla reached out to Gendron about the Audi having died and being concerned about the cold. December 7th to 8th of 2019 would have been the weekend following the weekend after Thanksgiving. In other words, 1 week after the weekend, Bodero testified that he believed the Montgomery stayed in his Audi. This corroborates Kayla's time frame of when they stayed in Bodero's Audi. On 1/5/2022, investigators spoke with Courtney O'Brien, who said her husband, Matt Garcia, had known Adam their entire life. She also said that Adam used to work for her. She related how she and Garcia had seen Adam, Kayla, Harmony, and the two boys on Thanksgiving night 2019, and that the family was living out of a Sebring at the time. O'Brien also recalled a conversation which he had with Adam sometime between approximately December 2019 and January 2020, during which Adam said Harmony was with her mom, that it happened really fast, and Harmony wouldn't stop peeing her pants, and she was better off with her mom. On 1/5/2022, investigators also spoke with Matt Garcia, separate from Courtney O'Brien. Garcia explained that he and Adam met when Garcia was 14 years old. He considered Adam to be a friend. Garcia said that the only time he saw Harmony was Thanksgiving in 2019, when Adam, Kayla, and the kids were living in the car. Garcia told investigators about a phone call he had with Adam on 12/31/2021, which was after news broke that Harmony was missing. Garcia said he asked Adam about the news regarding Harmony, and Adam said that he had talked to police that morning. Adam told Garcia he didn't know why the police were bothering him, and that he gave Harmony back to her. Harmony's mother, after Garcia had seen her on Thanksgiving, Garcia said, Adam said he goes, the kid Harmony wouldn't stop pissing and shiting everywhere. She was driving me nuts. We were living in the car, so I let her. I had her mom come and get her. Garcia elaborated, speaking as if he was Adam, that Harmony was having her accidents everywhere, all the time. Every 5 minutes we were living in the car. I couldn't take it. I had to give her to her mom. The information from O'Brien and Garcia is consistent with Kayla's information that Adam would get upset with Harmony over her bathroom accidents and eventually killed her due to having a bathroom accident in the car. Investigators located the Chrysler Sebring that the Montgomery family lived in after being evicted from 77 Guilford Street, in which Harmony was killed. This vehicle was the subject of a call for service at approximately 12:11 p.m. on December 7, 2019, at the intersection of Webster Street and Elm Street in Manchester. This is consistent with Kayla's statement in her 6/3/2022 proffer interview that Adam killed Harmony on the day their Sebring broke down. Tow documents show the tow company was on scene to tow the Sebring from approximately 12:52 to 1:39 p.m. The Sebring was thereafter treated as an abandoned vehicle, and an abandoned vehicle tracking report created by Auto City Collision Repair Center for the Sebring noted that later on December 16, 2019, there was no power to the dash, and an attempt to jump-start the Sebring resulted in the car immediately starting to smoke. The Sebring was eventually sold to Herbert's Used Cars in Goffstown, New Hampshire on or about 1/29/2020, where it was located by Manchester detectives on approximately 1/1/2022. The manager of Herbert's Used Auto Parts consented to the seizure and search of the Sebring by Manchester detectives. When the Sebring was searched, inside of the vehicle, investigators located a pink Trolls electric toothbrush, which was assigned property number JMT7. This toothbrush was submitted to the New Hampshire State Forensic Laboratory for potential DNA analysis. A buccal swab was taken from Crystal Sorey by consent and was also submitted to the state lab for comparison purposes. Upon completion, the KDL Swango, PhD in Criminalist 2 at the state lab, issued a report and said the DNA obtained from the toothbrush is from a biological female. The DNA profile obtained from the toothbrush cannot be excluded as that from a biological child of Crystal Sorey. Okay. It should be noted that Harmony is the only female child of Crystal Sorey. Based on those lab results, there's a strong reason to believe that the DNA profile obtained from the toothbrush is that of Harmony Montgomery, so it will be referred to as such. In her June 3rd, 2022 proffer, Kayla explained how Harmony's body was moved to various locations over the course of the next several months. She stated that after living in Modero's Audi in the Colonial Village parking lot, that they moved in with her mother, Christina Lubin, and her mother's boyfriend, John Gallion, at Manchester, New Hampshire. Kayla said that when they arrived at the residence, Harmony's body, which was still in a duffel bag, was placed inside of a red cooler with a white top in the common hallway of the apartment building. She stated that her body was left there the whole time. The family stayed there until the end of December 2019. On February 18th of 2022, Lubin testified before the grand jury. She explained that in December of 2019, Adam, Kayla, Seamus, and Declan moved in to live with her for 2 to 3 weeks, and they left on December 30th or 31st. Lubin said they did not have Harmony with them, and Kayla told her that Harmony had gone back to live with Harmony's mother, at a rehab facility in Massachusetts. Lubin testified that during the time frame of December 2019, she was not aware of Adam or Kayla making any effort to get in touch with Harmony or Sorey. She also testified that in that time frame, she did not see Adam or Kayla cry about not having Harmony. After Kayla's proffer interview, I traveled to 258 Bobo Street and obtained a consent order from Lubin and Gallion. I explained to Lubin that I needed to obtain the red cooler with the white lid. Lubin stated the cooler had been in her bedroom closet for close to 2 years. I asked her if this is the cooler that had previously been in the common hallway, and she confirmed that it was. Lubin and Gallion consented to the search and the seizure of the cooler. The cooler was submitted to the state lab for processing, and according to the reports, the results of the screening test performed were negative for the presence of blood. In addition, no suitable areas of friction ridge detail were developed on the cooler. There's the cooler. Law enforcement previously knew, and Kayla confirmed in 6/3/2022 proffer interview, that after leaving her mother's house, the family, Adam, Kayla, Seamus, and Declan, moved into the Family in Transitions shelter in Manchester, New Hampshire. That was approximately on 12/30/2019. In her proffer interview, Kayla said that Under Armour bag with Harmony's body was brought to the fit shelter as well. Kayla said that Adam placed it in the ceiling vent in the bedroom. Kayla stated that during this time there was liquid coming from the bag containing Harmony's dead body. There was an odor, and she said Adam placed a trash bag around the bag to keep it from leaking. On 6/4/2022, detectives conducted a search of that FIT shelter, and during the search of the apartment, detectives located a ceiling vent in the bedroom, pictured there. Detectives removed the vent in order to check the top side of the ceiling sheetrock. There, next to the opening for the ceiling vent, detectives located a large area of staining. The area is directly next to the ceiling vent where Kayla Montgomery described that Adam put Harmony's deceased body in an Under Armour bag. Detectives noted that this area had a smell consistent with decomposition. The photo was taken by a detective who was standing up in the ceiling vent hole. After the vent was removed, the area of staining is circled. Okay. And here's the area right there. You can actually almost see, looks like a head, arms, and a body. A large section of the ceiling sheetrock was removed and seized, which included the stain, metal framing, and the hole for the ceiling vent. The ceiling vent itself was also seized. The photo below shows the area of sheetrock and metal framing that was seized. The area of staining is again circled. The ceiling sheetrock with the metal frame attached, together with the vent, was submitted to the state lab for serology, DNA, and latent friction ridge fingerprint processing. In a report dated June 10, 2022, criminalists at the state lab wrote that 13 areas of friction ridge detail were developed, 6 on the metal framing attached to the sheetrock and 7 on the metal vent itself. In a report July 6, 2022, criminologist Orlowitz noted that not all the areas of friction ridge detail were sufficient to be identifiable, and some of the areas contained multiple impressions. In all, the criminalist Orlowitz noted and analyzed 10 identifiable impressions, 9 from the metal vent and 1 from the metal framing. Criminalist Orlowitz matched all 9 of the identifiable impressions from the metal vent to Adam Montgomery, 3 to his left middle finger, 2 to his left little finger, 1 to his left ring and middle fingers, simultaneous finger impressions, 1 to his left index finger, 1 to his right index finger, 1 to his left palm. Both Adam and Kayla were excluded from the impression from the metal framing, so that impression was subsequently searched through multiple automated biometric identification system databases. As a result, the impression from the metal framing was identified as the Mondrag. Was identified as the left little ring, middle, and index simultaneous fingers impressions of Yared B. Lujano Mondrag. Investigators were able to confirm that an individual named Yared was a drywall installer who worked at the 177 Lake Avenue building. On June 9, 2022, the state lab confirmed the serology testing on the ceiling section produced several positive samples for human fluids. The state lab attempted DNA analysis on the ceiling section, but it was not successful due to what has been explained as the presence of potential inhibitors which prevented further analysis. 2 samples were cut from the area of staining and 1 from the framing, and they were sent to DNA labs in Florida, as was Harmony's DNA profile obtained from the toothbrush that was found in the Sebring. Crystal Sori's DNA profile is obtained via consent, and Adam's DNA profile is obtained via search warrant. And when tested, one of the samples from the stain and the sample from the metal framing had an insufficient amount of DNA, and no further analysis was performed. The other sample from the stain indicated a mixture of at least 2 individuals with at least one male contributor. Due to the complex nature of the mixed DNA profile, it was inconclusive for comparison purposes. Subsequently, the decision was made to send the entire ceiling section to DNA Labs International, with the exception that seeing the section Analysts there would be able to identify the best areas for testing. Prior to sanding the ceiling section, the metal framing was removed. When the metal framing was removed, darker staining was observed under some of the metal framing pieces. The staining appeared to have emanated from the area of staining that was first observed, as if the cause of the first area of staining had also wicked beneath the bordering metal framing. The darker staining was thick in some areas and had a texture, and it had a scent consistent with decomposition. In addition, looking at the bottom of the metal framing that was touching the darker staining, it appeared as if the darker staining had adhered to the metal framing as well. The two pictures below show the darker staining under the metal framing. The first picture shows a large part of the ceiling section that was seized. The area of staining that was first observed is circled, and the locations where the original two samples were cut can be seen in the circle. The dark staining discovered under the metal framing runs horizontally from the top of the circled area. The second picture shows a closer view of the dark staining. The texture can be observed, as can the apparent transfer of the stain onto the metal framing. The ceiling section and removed metal framing were submitted to DNA Labs International for testing. On August 4th, 2022, forensic DNA analyst Alan Aykroyd Isalis of DNA Labs International issued a report of the analysis of this ceiling sheetrock. The report notes the two samples were collected from the sheetrock, which were then combined into one sample. The DNA profile obtained from the sample indicated at least one female contributor and was interpreted as two contributors. The DNA profile obtained from the sample is approximately 4.1 million times more probable if the sample originated from Harmony Montgomery and an unknown person than if it originated from two unknown persons. The analysis provides very strong support for the proposition that Harmony Montgomery is a contributor to the DNA profile obtained from the sample. The report also notes limited support for the proposition that Crystal Sori and Adam Montgomery are not contributors to the DNA profile obtained from the sample. Further testing was performed on the ceiling sheetrock. In a report dated 9/14/2022, forensic analyst noted that another sample was taken from the sheetrock, which indicated a mixture of at least two individuals. Harmony Montgomery, Crystal Sori, and Adam Montgomery could not be ruled out as possible contributors to the mixed DNA profile. The DNA profile obtained from the sample is approximately 69 more times probable if the sample originated from two unknown persons than if it originated from Adam Montgomery and an unknown person. The analysis provides limited support for the proposition that Adam Montgomery is not a contributor to the DNA profile obtained from the sample. Testing was also performed on two of the metal framing pieces. Okay, let's see. The DNA profile obtained from the sample is approximately 1.4 trillion times more probable if the sample originated from Harmony than if it originated from an unknown person. On 6/23/2022, Kayla participated in a second proffer interview. During that proffer interview, she described a time when a maintenance worker came to check the vent. After a complaint from another resident who Kayla identified as Paula from apartment number 5. Kayla said that once the people at the Families in Transition shelter started saying they could smell something, Adam took the Under Armour bag containing Harmony's body, which was inside of a trash bag from the ceiling, and put it inside another trash bag and then replaced it in the ceiling. Kayla said that once the maintenance was called to check the vent, Adam put the trash bags into the with Harmony's body into the closet. Kayla stated that when the maintenance checked the vent, they said it must have been a dead animal or something because they didn't see anything up there. Paula was identified as Paula Maldonado Fabriz. On July 28, 2022, I spoke with Maldonado Fabriz via telephone, and she said that Adam, Kayla, and their 2 kids moved to the FIT shelter about 2 to 3 weeks after she moved in. She recalled Adam one time bringing up his daughter, and when asked where his daughter was, he said she was with her mother, Harmony's grandmother. She was with his mother, I'm sorry. I asked her about a complaint that the Montgomery's apartment smelled, and she said it was her friend Mandy who made the complaint. She stated that Mandy dropped off some clothes for the newborn and noted that the apartment smelled. Maldonado Fabriz stated that Mandy was now deceased. I believe Mandy to be Amanda Crosby, who Kayla identified as being a female who lived at the shelter who is now deceased. On June 4th, 2022, I received a copy of a maintenance report from that shelter. One report stated that on February 5th, 2020, while the Montgomerys still resided in apartment number 1, the residents of apartment number 2 noted that there was a slight odor when they turned on the heat. In addition, on February 21st, 2020, there was a report of a weird smell coming from the vents inside of apartment 1, which was requested to be looked at. This was the same unit where Adam and Kayla had lived, and it was made just after they moved out. In Kayla's first proffer interview, 6/3/2022, she had stated that after living at 177 Lake Avenue, number 1, Adam, Kayla, Seamus, and Declan moved to an apartment at 644 Union Street in Manchester. Police were previously in possession of a lease agreement that was apparently signed by Adam and Kayla Montgomery on February 20th, 2020 for themselves and 2 children to lease that 644 Union Street second floor apartment, number 2. Kayla said when they moved to the apartment, they brought Harmony's body with them. She said Adam put the Under Armour duffel bag with Harmony's body, which was inside of 1 or 2 trash bags, into a plastic bin storage container, which was then pushed on a stroller from 177 Lake over to 644 Union Street. Kayla said that Adam first placed the plastic bin storage container into a closet in the bedroom of 644 Union Street. Kayla said that Adam then at one point took the Under Armour bag out of the plastic bin storage container and that the Under Armour bag was leaking. Kayla said Adam put another trash bag around the Under Armour bag and placed it into the refrigerator at 644 Union Street, number 2. Kayla stated that at some point after Harmony's body was in the refrigerator, Adam transferred Harmony's body from the Under Armour duffel bag into a new bag. Kayla stated this happened in the bathroom. Kayla stated that on the day in question, Adam spent 4 to 6 hours inside of the bathroom with the shower running. Kayla then described Adam as placing Harmony's dead body inside of what she described as a Catholic Medical Center maternity bag, CMC. This bag was much smaller than the Under Armour duffel bag, and it would not likely fit Harmony's body unless it was dismembered or grossly distorted. Kayla described an odor coming from the bathroom and saw steam coming from the bathroom when Adam would open the door. Kayla recalled the scent of cleaning supplies in the bathroom when Adam had finished up. Kayla stated that afterwards, Adam placed the CMC maternity bag inside of the freezer. She described the refrigerator freezer as a standard over-under refrigerator freezer combo. After Kayla's first proffer interview, investigators obtained an exemplar CMC maternity bag that they suspected might be the same as the one which Harmony's body had been placed. During Kayla's second proffer interview, 6/23/2022, she identified the bag shown below as being the same style as the CMC maternity bag which Harmony's body was placed. In her second proffer interview, Kayla said that Adam actually transferred Harmony's body from the duffel bag to the CMC maternity bag while they were still at 177 Lake Avenue. She said this happened about a day or two after the maintenance checked the vent in the unit, and that the bags with Harmony's body were in the closet during that 1 to 2 day time frame. Kayla said that Adam made the transfer to the CMC maternity bag in the bathroom of the apartment. He zipped the CMC maternity bag shut and then put it in the closet. Did that have a zipper? That looked like a tote bag. Oh, it does have a zipper up there on the top, huh? How could he zip that up with her body? Wow. Okay. Kayla stated that she herself then brought the CMC maternity bag containing Harmony's body to Adam's place of work, Portland Pie Company restaurant, on Elm Street in Manchester while they were living at 177 Lake Avenue. This was done at Adam's request the same day Adam transferred Harmony's body into the CMC maternity bag. Kayla stated she pushed Seamus and Declan to Portland Pie Company in a front-back stroller, and the CMC, here we go, this explains, maternity bag with Harmony's body was between the two boys in the stroller. Kayla said Adam kept the CMC maternity bag with Harmony's body in the walk-in cooler at the restaurant for a week or so. The bag was then brought back to 177 Lake Avenue before being brought to 644 Union Street when the family moved. In speaking with the former Portland Pie Company employee, Cameron Gibney, he stated that he had worked at the restaurant as a server in front of the house manager until about a month before the restaurant closed. It should be noted the Portland Pie Company closed on or about March 1st, 2020. He recalled seeing the CMC bag in the cooler on a couple of occasions on both the floor and shelf, but never questioned Montgomery about it since he knew he had children. Gibney described the bag as a tote with straps and stated it was possibly white, red, or pink. Gibney confirmed he had seen Adam Montgomery and only him handling the bag and bringing it in. On 8/23/2022, Gibney was shown a photograph of the CMC bag and confirmed that was the same bag he had seen in the cooler. Former Portland Pie Company employee Emily Thompson, who worked as a delivery driver, also vaguely recalled Adam tucking a bag into the cooler, but could not remember the details of it. It should be noted that Adam worked at the restaurant as a dishwasher and cook between 1/14/2020 and 2/22/2020. The witnesses corroborate what Kayla stated about her bringing Harmony's body in the CMC maternity bag to the Portland Pie Company and Adam keeping the bag in the cooler there. Harmony's okay. Kayla also advised in the June 23rd, 2022 proffer that she actually was in the 644 Union Street number 2 bathroom when Adam took Harmony out of the CMC maternity bag. A photo of the bathroom follows for reference. This was taken recently and is only for size layout purposes. The personal possessions in the photo belong to a different tenant and not Adam or Kayla. Kayla stated that Adam took Harmony out of the CMC maternity bag in the 644 Union Street number 2 bathroom so that he could add lime to the CMC maternity bag to help with the decomposition of Harmony's body. Kayla explained that Adam dumped Harmony's body out of the CMC maternity bag into the shower. Kayla said Harmony wasn't bones. She had skin, teeth, and hair. And Kayla could tell it was her. Kayla said Adam put about half the bag of lime or a little more into the CMC maternity bag, and she showed with her hands that the bag of lime was consistent with a 40-pound bag. Based on Kayla's description of the process, Adam had a difficult time fitting Harmony's body back into the CMC maternity bag. Harmony's body was frozen. Kayla saw Adam run the hot water in the shower and tried squishing Harmony's flesh to thaw it and make it easier to fit in the bag. Better as well. Kayla described Adam eventually pushing and pushing on Harmony's body, and then she heard a bang. She was not able to elaborate on what the bang was. Adam also banged the CMC maternity bag on the floor while zipping it. Kayla said that she also helped zip close the CMC maternity bag. After the CMC maternity bag finally zipped shut, it went into the apartment freezer. Adam then cleaned up the bathroom with ammonia. On June 30th, 2022, Detective Rahel received maintenance records from Dennis Clowder, who was the maintenance person back when Adam and Kayla lived at 644 Union Street. He's also the current maintenance worker. There was a service request executed on 2/27/2020 at 644 Union Street 2. The request reads, snake tub and fixed lever. The service request was 5 days after Adam's employment ended at the Portland Pie Company. Kayla stated that Adam kept the CMC bag with Harmony's body inside the freezer of the 644 Union Street number 2 until sometime during the spring of 2020. She wasn't sure if it was March or May 2020, when Adam rented a U-Haul and during the overnight hours made a trip to an unknown destination to dispose of Harmony's dead body. Kayla stated she did not know the location of where Adam dumped Harmony's body. Kayla stated that Adam returned in the morning hours, but she could not recall an exact time. Kayla stated that around the time that Adam disposed of Harmony's body, they stayed in the Econo Lodge or Comfort Inn in Manchester, New Hampshire. She said Adam brought the CMC maternity bag with Harmony's body to the hotel and placed it in the mini refrigerator in the room. Kayla said that they were accompanied by Travis Beach and his girlfriend, who Kayla only knew as Brittany. Manchester police know Brittany to be a reference to a specific person, Brittany Bedard. Kayla recalled that Adam went to rent the U-Haul with either Travis, Brittany, or both. Kayla saw the U-Haul from the hotel window, and she described it as a van with a large 1999 on the back, which is consistent with the letter numbering on the U-Haul rental vehicle. Kayla said that after the U-Haul was rented, Adam left in the middle of the night at approximately midnight or 1 a.m. Adam told her that he was leaving and he would be back, and he took the CMC maternity bag. She didn't see him have anything else with him. Kayla said Adam didn't want her to know where he was going in case something like this happened, apparently in reference to Kayla's proffering this information to the police. Kayla said Adam then returned at approximately 5 or 6 a.m. that same morning. When he returned, he seemed very tired, and he said words to the effect of, "It's done." Kayla said she didn't see the CMC maternity bag after that. It should be noted that in Kayla's second proffer, 6/23/2022, her statements were consistent about the U-Haul and did not materially differ from the original proffer. Around the time that the Manchester Police Department began looking into the whereabouts of Harmony, the department established a 24/7 tip line so members of the public could call in with any information. On February 26, 2022, Police Service Specialist, PSS Stratton, advised that there was a call that came through Harmony Montgomery tip line. PSS Stratton noted the tip came from a phone number, and I called the tipster, who wanted to remain anonymous. The tipster stated that Jenna Lee Paris and her boyfriend, Travis Beach, could come to the tipster's residence a month ago, and disclosed that approximately 2 years ago, Adam Montgomery frantically asked Beach if he could rent Adam's U-Haul truck. The tipster said that Adam did not disclose what the U-Haul was going to be used for, but stated that Adam said asked Beach in a frantic manner to rent the vehicle. Detective Feliciano located Beach in Paris at 1361 M Street in the rear parking lot of the apartment building in the vehicle and attempted to interview Beach. Beach was uncooperative and stated he would not answer any questions unless it was with his attorney or probation parole officer. Oh boy. On March 9th, 2022, Deputy U.S. Marshal Tufts and I made contact with Beach at the Hillsborough County Probation and Parole Office. I asked Beach to tell us about Adam asking for a U-Haul. Beach stated he recalled it was around wintertime, 2019, early 2020. Beach stated that he had run into Adam on the street in the area of Union Bridge at the convenience store. Adam continued to say, "I effed up. I'm so effed." Beach stated Adam wouldn't tell him what he meant when he said, "I effed up. I'm so effed." Beach stated that he was with Brittany Bedard and Adam was with Kayla and their 2 boys. Beach was asked if he had ever seen Harmony, and he stated he had not. Adam asked them to rent him a U-Haul, and he recalled Brittany renting Adam a box truck from the U-Haul on South Willow Street in Manchester. Hold on a minute, I've got to put my watch on the charger. Okay, sorry, coming back. On Willow Street in Manchester. Beach stated they left from there, and the next day Brittany called U-Haul to make sure Adam had returned it, and he had. Beach stated he had never heard of or seen Harmony and only knew Adam to have 2 sons. Beach stated he thought Adam and Kayla were living on the 2nd floor of an apartment on Union Street at the time of the U-Haul incident. Beach was asked if he ever knew Adam and Kayla to have a car, and he stated he had never seen them with a car. Beach was asked why he hadn't been cooperative initially, and he stated once he saw things in the news, he put 2 and 2 together and thought maybe it was related. As I continued to ask Beach questions, Beach then asked what I was getting at and stated he wanted an attorney. On April 20th, 2022, Detective Rahill and I interviewed Bobby Johnson, an inmate at the Hillsborough County House of Corrections, who wished to speak with us about the Harmony Montgomery investigation, specifically in regards to Travis Beach. Johnson has known Beach for 7 to 8 years. Johnson stated he had a conversation with Beach a few weeks prior, at the end of March or beginning of April 2022. Johnson stated they were at a drug house getting high and smoking crack. Beach stated he had something to tell Johnson that was eating at him. Beach stated Adam Montgomery was one of his best friends. Johnson stated also present at the time was Beach's girlfriend, Jenny Lee Paris. Beach stated Adam called him and came over to his place, and Adam said he effed up and that he did wrong and he needed his help. Johnson stated Beach's girlfriend then stopped him from saying anything further to Johnson about Adam's statements. Johnson stated the tone of the conversation was that Beach was going to say that Adam killed the child and disposed of the body. He stated Beach was saying Adam was asking him for a few days to help him get rid of stuff. Beach stated that they drove around the county for the next few days getting rid of stuff. Johnson stated that Beach never mentioned body parts, but that it was stuff wrapped in plastic or plastic bags. Johnson also mentioned Adam asking for tools and supplies and included blankets and tarps from Beach. Generally told Beach not to talk further about it because it could get him into trouble. Johnson felt that Beach was trying to get it off his chest. Beach also stated to him that the police had been looking for him to ask him information. I asked him who else was there during the conversation, and he just stated Beach, Jennily, and himself. Johnson added that he believed Beach mentioned the west side of Manchester as areas they went, and possibly a street starting with the letter C. Johnson also believed Beach was driving when all this happened. On 4/21/2022, Detective Rahill and I interviewed Travis Beach at the New Hampshire State Prison with his probation officer, Officer Wright. Beach stated that Adam Montgomery requested that Beach rent a U-Haul for him. Beach did not have a license, so he used Brittany to rent the U-Haul for them. Beach stated that Adam and Kayla were picked up from the Orange Street, Union Street area. He stated that they have children with them, but only 2 children. Beach believed that the weather was starting to get warm, but there was snow on the ground, and that this was a potentially inside February-March 2020 timeframe. Beach stated that he was staying at the Comfort Inn around this time, and that Adam and Kayla were staying at the Econo Lodge. He advised that during this time, when Adam was requesting the U-Haul, Adam approached Beach, stating that he effed up. He believed this to be after the U-Haul was rented. Adam never told Beach what he needed the U-Haul for, and Beach never asked. Beach advised that Adam told him he was having problems with DCYF during this time, and that was why they were staying at the Econo Lodge. Prior to this interview concluding, Beach signed a consent to search for his Facebook account after stating that he and Adam had used this platform to communicate. Beach provided us with his login information, and a preservation was completed for his account, which was identified as Facebook account TDBeach618. After the preservation work was completed, I attempted to log into the account, but the login information did not work. In her 6/3/2022 proffer, Kayla explained the reason she initially said the last time she saw Harmony was when Adam dropped her off to work at Dunkin' Donuts was because Adam had told her to say that time frame and to say that Adam was returning Harmony to Harmony's mother. She said in essence that Adam told her she wouldn't get in trouble if she just stuck to the story. On 6/9/2022, Detective Rahill and I conducted a voluntary interview with Nicole Giles, a former tenant of 177 Lake Avenue in Manchester, New Hampshire. Giles lived at the address during the time period when Adam and Kayla were residents there and was an associate of theirs. Giles remembered going to the Econo Lodge to see Kayla and Adam during the time when Kayla and Adam were living at 644 Union Street. She advised that she did not go in the hotel room, but believed she dropped something off to them. She also believed that this was odd that they were renting a hotel when they also had an apartment in the city. On June 27, 2022, Detective Rahill, Deputy Tufts of the U.S. Marshal Service, and I were in Daytona Beach, Florida, to try to locate Brittany Bedard. With the assistance of the Daytona Beach Police Department, Bedard was located, and she agreed to a voluntary interview. We explained to Bedard why we wanted to speak with her. Bedard remembered going to Adam and Kayla's located at 644 Union Street and playing with one of their children. She was able to pull up a photo she took during that time on her cell phone, and the photo was timestamped 6:02 p.m. on March 1st, 2020. Metadata associated with the photo showed a GPS location, 644 Union Street. Bedard also provided us with her email at the time. Bedard believed that around that time frame, she had rented a hotel room at the Econo Lodge. She stated that she believed that she tried to rent a room at the Comfort Inn first, but did not end up renting it due to having to put down a large deposit on the room. She believed that she was refunded for the room and that they went to the Econo Lodge to rent the room. Bedard stated that they were at the Comfort Inn with Adam, Kayla, and their kids. She remembers seeing a CMC bag in between Kayla's two children in a stroller. Bedard remembered staying on the third and fourth floor of the Econo Lodge, facing the parking lot in a room with a one-queen bed. Detective Rahill was able to get the hotel room information for Brittany from Econo Lodge, which showed she rented 2 hotel rooms for 2 nights, 3-3 and 3-4, one being room 216, the other being room 313. Detective Rahill later went to the Econo Lodge and confirmed that room 313 was on the front parking lot side south and had 1 queen bed. Room 216 was on the back parking lot and had 2 queen beds. Bedard believed that at some point she and Beach went to the U-Haul location on South Willow Street in Manchester to rent the U-Haul. She said that she was in a vehicle, possibly her mother's vehicle, and went into U-Haul to help pay for the transaction. She believed that the transaction was about $30. She claimed that she did not rent the U-Haul due to not having a valid license. She thought that a taller, skinnier white male rented the U-Haul. She was unsure if it was Adam. She stated that she did remember Adam driving the U-Haul sometime after it was rented. She believed Adam dropped her and Beach off at a 7-Eleven convenience store, possibly on Queen City Avenue in Manchester. Bedard thought the rental was a smaller 10-foot box truck due to the fact that she had to sit on the ground between the driver and the front passenger seat. Bedard claimed that this was the only time she was in the U-Haul. Additionally, Bedard remembered the U-Haul being parked along the back side of the Econo Lodge, along the building on the north side. On 6/30/2022, Detective Rahill received contract agreements for 2/29/2020 to 3/5/2020 from Dan Gilmette, who is the executive assistant at U-Haul. The contracts were specifically for 10-foot box trucks and vans due to the fact that Travis and Brittany believed the U-Haul that was rented to be a box truck. And Kayla believed it to be a van. Detective Rahill was able to locate a rental that had the name Travis Beach as the additional contact. The rental began 3/3/2020 at approximately 5:49 p.m. and ended the next day 3/4/2020, 1:47 p.m. The rental was from the 515 South Willow Street location in Manchester. It was rented by Brendan Middleton. It should be noted that Middleton is reportedly 6 feet tall, 175 pounds, which is consistent with the taller, skinnier white male that was described by Bedard. The total rental mileage was 133 miles. The rental cost was approximately $32.49, with an additional charge of $104.74, which according to Gilmette was never paid. Information from U-Haul showed that the $32.49 was paid via MasterCard, having partial card number blah 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 blah. A subpoena was sent to PayPal on 7/20/2022 for Brittany Bedard's account information. On 7/27/2022, I received information from PayPal confirming the MasterCard used to rent the U-Haul was in fact Brittany Bedard's. They were able, okay, let's see. Now, they found the vehicle, they found was a 2019 GMC Savannah with an Arizona registration. The GMC Savannah is a cargo van, which is consistent with the vehicle that's described by Kayla. The vehicle is no longer in the custody of U-Haul, and it was sold at auction on or about 5/14/2021. Now, Brendan Middleton is the guy that rented the U-Haul. Detective Davenport and I made contact with Brandon Middleton at his address. Prior to meeting, I spoke with Middleton on the phone and stated I needed to speak to him about a U-Haul. Middleton stated he had rented a U-Haul for a friend a while back. Middleton ultimately stated that he had picked up Travis Beach and his girlfriend, who he later confirmed was Brittany Bedard, at an Econo Lodge in Manchester a couple of years back at night when it was dark out. Middleton stated he drove them to the U-Haul on South Willow Street to rent a U-Haul because they said they needed it to move furniture, or something along those lines. Beach and Bedard did not have IDs or a debit card, so Middleton helped them rent either a U-Haul van or a small box truck using his debit card, which he stated would be a Bank of America debit card. Middleton stated he then drove the U-Haul vehicle to the gas station right next to the U-Haul, and Beach and Bedard drove his car and followed. Middleton stated from the gas station he was unsure of which one of them drove off with the U-Haul, where it was taken, or what it was used for. I asked Middleton how he would communicate with Beach, and he stated usually through Facebook or text message. Subsequently, I completed a search warrant for one of Beach's Facebook accounts and discovered communication about the U-Haul rental between Travis Beach and a deleted Facebook account identified as this number, the 5803 account as it became known, which is known through the investigation to have been used by Adam Montgomery. Previously, a search warrant was obtained for the 5803 account, but according to Facebook, it had been deleted and no relevant content is available. However, multiple other officials have identified Facebook messages they exchanged with 5803 as being messages that they exchanged with Adam Montgomery. Travis Beach had a couple of conversations and assistance renting a U-Haul on 3/3/2020 with Teresa Morrill and the Facebook account Backwoods Boy Audit. Teresa Morrill asked Travis if he was moving after he asked about the U-Haul. Beach stated no, Adam Montgomery is. On 3/2/2020, Beach stated to the 5803 account, her mom said a big fat, no, sorry, Bubba. On 3/3/2020, Beach messaged the 5803 account and stated, yo, we have her mass whip. Call me ASAP. I think we have her ma's whip. Okay, her ma's. A short time later, they had a call that lasted approximately 2 minutes. Travis Beach also had a conversation with a Facebook account, John Person, on 3/3/2020. Beach indicated that he was in room 313 at the Econo Lodge. This information is consistent with the rental and room number that was obtained from the Econo Lodge. Below is a conversation from Beach's Facebook records between Beach and the 5803 account, here referred to as Adam. Adam says, yo. Adam says, if you're awake, call me. Adam says, need to talk. Travis says, hey, can we use the U-Haul for like 10 minutes? Adam missed a call from Travis. Travis missed a call from Adam. Adam, no, what's up, bro? Hit me up. Travis missed a call from Adam. Travis missed a call from Adam. Travis missed a call from Adam. Blah, 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 blah. Missed a call from Adam all those times. Then Travis, yo, please let me know when I can come by and grab my stuff, because we only have the car till 1:30. Thank you, Bubba. Adam missed a call from Travis. There are the call video chats between Adam and Travis, which are short. They are between 12:22 and 12:57. Travis, Pro, what U-Haul did you drop it off? Because I just got a text saying the van was supposed to be back at 2, so please let me know. WTF is going on? Travis, ASAP. Adam, I dropped it off on a willow. My word. Adam, please don't message me stuff like this on Facebook again. Travis, okay, my bad. Won't happen again. Bubba. Travis missed a call from Adam. Adam, yo, bro, can you call me, please? I need to talk to you. It's important. Very important. Please call me. Travis Beach, proffer interview. 8/9/2022, a proffer interview was conducted with Travis Beach with his attorney present. During the interview, he confirmed reconnecting with Adam and Kayla Montgomery at the Mall of New Hampshire in Manchester. He stated that over approximately a 1-week period, he and Brittany went over Adam and Kayla's apartment at 644 Union Street. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's 3 in the morning. Okay. Where were we? 304 Union Street. We only have a little bit more on this. In Manchester to use drugs. Beach stated that was right before he turned himself in to his probation officer on March 5th, 2020. Beach stated Adam asked him for help in person renting a U-Haul, and he and Brittany assisted in doing so. Beach confirmed the U-Haul was rented on South Willow Street in Manchester for Adam. Once the vehicle was rented, it was brought to the Econo Lodge by Beach and Brittany Bedard, where the keys were turned over to Adam. Beach denied driving the vehicle after the keys were turned over to Adam. Beach confirmed during the interview that he would communicate with Adam through Facebook Messenger. Okay, let's see here now. On July 20th, 2022, I received information from the Massachusetts Department of Transportation regarding 3 toll violations involving the above referenced specific U-Haul van. During the time that it had been rented by Middleton, the 3 violations occurred at the following date, time, and locations: 3/4/2020, 3/4/2020, 3/4/2020. Tobiah Bridge Local, North-South North. The times 3/4/2020 are consistent with the time frame that was described by Kayla as to when Adam was using the U-Haul to dispose of Harmony's body. The information from the Massachusetts Department of Transportation included photographs taken at the times of the violations. The photographs for all 3 violations clearly show a U-Haul van with an Arizona license plate. Some of the photographs also show the windshield of the U-Haul from the front. However, in the photographs, it's not possible to identify any occupant within the U-Haul, or even to definitively tell how many occupants there may have been. Employees from Mass DOT have explained to me the top half of these photos, which includes the windshield, is intentionally and automatically distorted for privacy reasons, and the original unblurred version of the photographs have been deleted. The lower photographs from MassDOT of the front and back of the U-Haul from 5/25/2025 toll violations. Forensic testing of locations where Harmony Montgomery's body was stored. As noted previously, the U-Haul van that Adam used to dispose of Harmony's body was sold at an auction. The current owners of the U-Haul van were identified as Robert Bob Wood and his son, Joshua Wood, both of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Bob and Joshua Wood consented to a search of the van, which had been repurposed for their business, for use in their business, Woods Cleaning Services. On 9/11/2022, Manchester detectives traveled to Lancaster to process the van. The van was processed with Blue Star, which is a chemical agent used to detect hemoglobin. on surfaces where it might not be visible to the naked eye. When the van was processed with Blue Star, there appeared to be a reaction on the right side of the interior step of the driver's side, a faint reaction on the passenger side floorboard, and 2 reactions approximately halfway up the back of the passenger seat along the side of the seat closest to the door. Each of these areas was swabbed, and the swabs are pending further forensic testing. On June 14, 2022, 644 Union Street, number 2, Manchester, New Hampshire, was searched pursuant to a search warrant. Multiple items of potential evidentiary value were seized from that apartment. One item was the sole refrigerator in the apartment, which was a standard over-under freezer refrigerator unit. I remember when that was really happening in real time. There was some indications from the owner of 644 Union Street that the refrigerator seized may not have been the same refrigerator that was there when Adam and Kayla lived in the apartment. However, he was unable to definitively say whether or not it was a different refrigerator. On September 8, 2022, Manchester detectives processed the seized refrigerator with Blue Star. Upon processing, there appeared to be a small reaction to the Blue Star on the bottom right of the interior of the refrigerator, and 3 significant circular reactions together with some smaller reactions on the bottom of the interior of the refrigerator. Each of these areas was swabbed, and the swabs are pending further forensic testing. As noted previously, records showed that Brittany Bedard rented rooms 216 and 313 at the Econo Lodge for 2 nights on 3/30 and 3/4/2020. In addition, messaging from Travis Beach's Facebook account shows that he and Bedard were in room 313. This means it is likely that Adam and Kayla Montgomery were in room 216. This room faced the rear north side of the Econo Lodge, which is consistent with the information that from Kayla about the room she and Adam stayed in. On July 11th, 2022, Manchester detectives went to the Econo Lodge to search room 216 on consent from the hotel owner general manager. The search focused on the mini fridge in the room based on Kayla's statements that the CMC maternity bed with Harmony's body was placed in the mini fridge of the room where they stayed prior to Adam disposing of the bag. The mini fridge was processed with Blue Star, which showed a small quick reaction underneath the interior freezer space, a small quick reaction of the area of the interior door where it has can holders, and a small quick reaction on the bottom of the door. Each of these areas was swabbed, and the swabs are pending further forensic testing. To date, Harmony's remains have not yet been located. Based on the foregoing facts and circumstances, there is probable cause to believe that Adam Montgomery committed the crimes of second-degree murder, tampering with witnesses and informants, falsifying physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. Therefore, I respectfully request that an arrest warrant be issued against Adam Montgomery for the following charges: 1 count of second-degree murder, contrary to RSA, in that he recklessly caused the death of Harmony Montgomery, a person under the age of 13, under circumstances manifesting an extreme indifference to the value of human life, by repeatedly striking Harmony Montgomery on the head with a closed fist, and 1 count of tampering with witnesses and informants, in that he, believing that an official proceeding or investigation was pending or about to be instituted, he purposely attempted to induce or otherwise cause Kayla Montgomery to testify or inform falsely, and 1 count of falsifying physical evidence, in that he, believing an official proceeding as defined or investigation is pending or about to be instituted, he purposefully altered, destroyed, concealed, or removed the body of Harmony Montgomery with a purpose to impair, its verity or availability in such proceeding or investigation, and 1 count of abuse of a corpse, contrary in that he purposely and unlawfully removed, concealed, or destroyed the corpse of Harmony Montgomery or any part thereof, signed under the penalty of perjury, the penalty of perjury for which may include a fine or imprisonment, or both, dated October 21st, 2022. The end. Wow. Okay, yikes. You guys talked about the Taylor Shabusiness case. Yes, we did. Why are you talking about Taylor Shabusiness? What's going on with her? Is something going on with Taylor Shabusiness? Hi, Alessia. How come you guys are talking about Taylor Shabusiness? What happened? Hi, Nora. Okay, that was a lot, right, to read. That was a lot to go through. What's going on? What happened to Taylor Shabusiness? What's going on? Alessia, I'm still in shock. What's going on with Taylor Shabusiness? Hold on a minute. I'm not in live chat. Did something happen with Taylor Shabusiness? Oh, they were just wondering. Okay. Well, what about this case? You just finished watching. Oh, okay. I thought something happened. Never mind. Okay. But what about this case? This case is horrible. She just asked if, oh, okay. But what about this case? Okay. Yeah, okay, Alessia. Where's Alessia Nelson? I wonder where she is. All right. And the other one that collected Ray Dunn. Jessica or something. All right, Salas. What he did. Hi, Monica. How are you? Hi, Painted Black. Nora said it. Case has her blood boiling. Just got here. This one sounds awful. Well, you have to listen because I read for like all the documents for I don't know how long. I'm parched. I'm exhausted. And I've got to do the word cookies game before I can go to bed. And I had a bunch of, I had a big long medical procedure today, and I hope everything's all right with that. So, all right. So, if you good thoughts, prayers would be great. What was I going to say? Let me, I guess. But what about her, Monica? She, I believe, has a big part of this, and I don't think she should be getting away with anything. And she is. Okay, yes, morning, they said 8:45. They don't think the storm's coming, but I don't know, Kevin. I don't know what's going on. Right now it's 29 and cloudy here. It's the word cookies, okay? XO, you've got to go back. I read this so much on this case tonight. Oh my gosh. You got to unwind for a minute. Going crazy. Hold on. Oh boy. Okay. So today's my son's birthday, February 13th. Yay. February's almost over. It was a terrible snowstorm that night going into the day, so that would be really funny if it was a really bad one, because that's exactly how it happened the day he was born. Exactly how it happened. That was so easy. Lately, their dailies are so freaking easy. So freaking easy. Kayla got a plea deal. If she testifies against him, then she walks. But sad, yeah. But she's horrible. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. She shouldn't be having it. Hey, murder of crows, I just got that word. Beak, yeah, that's good. file, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Label. I can read the label. That's how they book and record like that. I love that song. Milk. The heck is that? Hi, Emmy. Hi, Emmy. Hi, everybody. Just want to finish this. What is this? What is this last word? It's got to begin with a B or an A. I got it, I got it. Okay. Oh, hold on, I'm not on the chat. Auntie? I made it. Some murder crows. It's almost 3:33. Neat. Right. Oh, naive. Right, one more nat. Oh, I did nat. I did nat. Okay. Okay. All right, thanks guys. We'll have to do my advancement another day. Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Everybody be good. Love you guys. God bless. Prayers. Gotta go into my other thing to shut this off, shut this crazy thing. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for the super chat, Taco. Appreciate that. Super sticker. Very much appreciated. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you all tomorrow. I've got to get in here and shut this down. Tired. Jane, stop this crazy thing.